More frustration, I sort of, when Boris said that you have to order via a telephone, pre-order, it just didn't make sense. You don't pre-order to go to the supermarket to get beer. And I was angry, and also thought, a bit tongue-in-cheek, I'll order 2 telephones, I'll hook them up with a bit of wire, and we'll take it from there. And it was more taking the mick out of the government and how silly it was, because who thought of that? And who thought that was okay? You know, they obviously have never worked in a pub. Some people are like, oh, it's not very hygienic, it's not very, don't use it. Call us on your normal phone. You know what I mean? It's just for banter, isn't it, really? And just to point out how silly the law is. They don't want to be paying furlough money. We don't want staff on furlough. We want to be working. So let us get our back open. Let us do what we do best. And we can manage this. We can handle it. Was it 3% of transmissions are in hospitality? Come on.
No masks in this restaurant. Take a look at this.
My name is Tony from Basilico's Pasta Vino in Huntington Beach. We have never shut down one single day since the lockdown began. We've kept everything normal here. We've never required anyone to wear a mask coming in, and in fact, we've taken the opposite stance, which is we don't allow them.
We don't want masks, but you can come in and take it off. Okay. Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate that.
A sign on the door going into the restaurant reads, "They will not force any mask or facial coverings at our establishment."
This is not a crime. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not forcing anyone to come in here.
A policy her customers seem to enjoy.
I stand behind her 100%. You know, what's the sense of putting it on when you walk through the door, and when you sit down, you're going to take it off anyhow. So what's the big deal about a mask?
And I'm really glad to see that she's taken a stand against it.
I felt, as an American citizen having rights, that if I didn't want to wear a mask, I wasn't going to wear it. I'm taking a stand for all of us, not just for myself or for my business, for everybody.
Owner Shauna Bland telling me her stance is based on her own research from the CDC and New England Journal of Medicine.
I have found the masks that we're being told to wear are not so much as helpful as they once thought they were.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rebellious Votes. This is Hernandez, and I got a bit of a story for you guys today. So for 2 to 3 weeks now, I've been walking in the morning, and I usually stop at a little mini mart for some goods, maybe a coffee, whatever. So for 2 to 3 weeks, the same scenario played out, and the gentleman, the owner, was always nice and said hi and everything, even attempted to speak Spanish a couple times. I go in there 2 or 3 days before the tyrannical Inslee lockdown, and I'm ready to pay. And the owner calls me out. He says, "Put on mask." And I look, and I said, "What?" And he says, "Put on mask over nose." And I said, "I'm not doing that." "Why not?" "It's bad for you. You should read about it." "Bad for who? Bad for who? Put on mask over nose." I said, "Nope, not doing it. And you know what? If you don't want to sell to me, that's fine. Cancel my order, cancel my transaction, give me my card, and that's it. But I'm not putting my mask over my nose." This guy starts shaking, almost trembling. He walks over to the cash register and hits it and cancels my transaction, hands me back my card. I say, "Thank you. I appreciate it." And I walk out the door. No need for drama, no need for problems. Vote with your feet. Support a business that values its customers and respects personal choice and freedom. It's that easy. And I really do appreciate it that people begin to show their colors in these times, so we can be aware of where they stand, whether on the side of freedom or the side of tyranny. You got to stand up for what you believe. I've been reading all these months and gathering information to make up my own mind about things. It isn't just done on a whim. No, it's a process, a self-educating process. Another thing that was circulating is that Dr. Gates, which is not a doctor, has been saying that Parler, that there's crazy stuff on there. And he was talking about strict liability. So what did Doctor say? He said this: "I think we are sort of finding our way, which will be either leave it all alone all the time or strict liability, which, you know, if you got strict liability, it's not clear that they can even stay in business. Strict liability is a legal construct that holds a party responsible for injuries caused by its actions or products, without the need for negligence or fault. Oh, you would love that, wouldn't you? And we could stop talking about you, wouldn't you? Just like those that think for themselves get censored on ScrewTube and Twitter and Facebook and anywhere else that is commandeered by the technocrats. Wasn't this the same guy that wanted indemnity for the vaccines so he could avoid legal lawsuits? Come on! And now he's talking about strict liability. That just goes to show that the era of freedom of speech is quickly departing us if we don't stand up and do something. If we don't stand up and question and think for ourselves. Another thing that was very interesting that I listened to today was the Corbett report. Trial balloon was the video. Trial balloon. An idea, suggestion, or prospective action, product, etc. offered to an audience or a group in order to test whether it generates acceptance or interest. A test of public opinion.
When people mass scale widely refuse to comply, will not back down on a given topic, they can easily just say, oh, okay, we're scrapping that. Oh, don't worry, that was just a proposal. Oh, that was just a trial balloon. We're going to shoot it down and you don't have to think about it anymore. So yes, again, your reaction, your thoughts, your opinions are of great consequence to would-be leaders of society. And that's why trial balloons are floated, to see how the public will react. So that does imply certain things about our reactions to various stories that come out. Whether we're going to say no, or hell no, or maybe, or hey, that could be a good idea, could influence how those ideas will or will not be enacted in law. And that's an important lesson for us as we go into this.
And it's actually very common. We see it in companies. Don't they push a new product, promote it, and then the customers kind of decide whether they like it or not, and they see by the sales, right? So government propaganda is pushed the same way as that is. What happens is that they push the idea and see how we respond, see what we say, and either back off, continue with their plan, or drive it up a little more, right? Because if people are all in for it, hey, if you can get $1 off of someone, why not get 2? Why not get 3? Why not take the whole wallet? That's just what it is. Government propaganda. I mean, we even see it in smaller things, such as when you're in a relationship, you know? When you start the hand holding, you go in for it, and if your hand is accepted, that means, hey, you're taking it another notch, right? In the same way, government propaganda takes hold. It's a test, unlike the PCR, and it's a pass-fail. I put a video out a while back about Lebanon, and we saw that the restaurant industry, coffee houses, and different little places band together and said, hell no, we're not going to close. And you know what? The government backed off its lockdown. What happened? They said, okay, we'll just keep capacity at 50% and there will be a curfew. And that's all there was. It's really up to us. There's no Superman. There's no Superwoman. It's you and me. That's what it boils down to. That's where the power is. There's more good than there is evil. And we just have to realize how much power we truly have. So don't bow down. Stand up. Would you rather die on your knees or fight for what you believe standing up? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, study, read, and draw your own conclusion. Thank you. We'll see you next time.